Are the Calgary Flames gearing themselves up for a playoff run? Flames are looking really good, and the Senators have gone to third in the Atlantic. We'll go to all those games from the past couple of days and what the standings look like coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the NTN Hockey channel. Now before we begin this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Thank you for all your support. We're noted with you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below and don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below so else this next video. So before we do this video, I just want to quickly remind you guys that my last flag that I did have ordered in has come in. It was the San Jose Sharks. It's up there, so if we have any San Jose Sharks store trades, I'll have my banner back up there. But just to remind you guys, I do now have my last flag that I got. For the time being, I don't have any more flags coming in, so these are the only 6 that I got right now. That's Florida, Ottawa, Anaheim, Vancouver, San Jose, and Minnesota. So hopefully you guys will like these flags as much as I do, and hopefully we'll be able to incorporate them in some upcoming videos. But we got a couple of interesting things to talk about here today. As we talked about, Flames are running away with the second wildcard position, and the Ottawa Senators have leapfrogged into third in the Atlantic. So we'll get to the standings in a minute, but we'll look at all the games here. First, we saw 4 games happen over on Friday, 13 happen over on Saturday, and 5 happen over on Sunday. So we'll get to all those games here. First, we saw Islanders score 3 unanswered goals and came from behind to beat Philadelphia 3-1, as they've won 3 straight, 6 of 8, and improved to 20-20-7, back up to 500. While Philadelphia Flyers fall at 22-22-6 on the year, a bad stretch here for Philadelphia. For the Islanders, Nelson had a goal and 8 assists, Palmieri had 2 assists, Duclair and Horvat both also scored, and Sorokin stopped 29-30 shots to face in the win for the Islanders, while Konechny was one goal scorer for the Flyers in the loss. So a balance there from Philadelphia, as they once again open the scoring and once again lose. Then we saw Dallas Stars break a tie in the second period and held on to beat the Vegas Golden Knights 4-3, as they improved to 30-17-1, having dropped the Knights, who have lost 5 of 6 to 30-15-4. Bad loss there from Vegas. For the Stars, Robertson scored twice, Johnston and Dodonov and Duchesne all had 2 assists, and Ben and Hinch both also scored for Stars in the win, while Stone had 3 assists, Eichel scored twice, and Theodore also scored for the Knights in the loss. It was a close game in a rematch of a couple of years ago, Western Conference Final, but it was the Stars to come away with the victory. Then we saw Winnipeg Jets blow a third period lead, but recovered and took down the Utah Hockey Club 5-2, as they won 5 of 7 and improved to 33-14-3. Well, Utah has their 3-game winning streak snapped and fall 21-20-7, so a bad loss there in the race for a playoff spot for Utah. For the Jets, Perfetti, who had a hat trick, 3 goals, and Ehlers, who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. DeMello had 2 assists, and Gustafsson also scored for the Jets in the win, while Keller had 2 assists, and Hayden and Schmelz were 2 goal scorers for Utah in the loss. So a balance there from Utah as they fall at the hands of the Winnipeg Jets. And then we saw Tampa Bay Lightning nearly lose to the Chicago Blackhawks, but overcame a 2-goal deficit and scored this overtime winner here from Nikita Kucherov on Uncle Square Sportsnet. But Kucherov was able to get the OT winner as the Bolts come back and beat the Hawks in overtime 4-3, as they have a point instead of 10 and improved to 26-18-3, while the Hawks have a 4-game point streak but do fall to 15-28-5, a bad loss there for Chicago. For the Bolts, Kucherov had 3-point night, OT winner, plus 2 assists. Getchell had goal and 8 assists, Hammond had 2 assists, and Paul also scored for Lightning in the win. Crevier and Nazar both had goal and 8 assists, and Doc, who scored his first career NHL goal, also scored for Blackhawks in the OT loss. So it was a really intriguing game, and the Hawks nearly came away with the victory, but the Bolts do come away with the victory, a massive win in the wildcard race. Those were the 4 games we saw over on Friday, going over to the 13 we saw over on Saturday. First, we saw Boston Bruins score 3 unanswered goals and came from behind to take down the Colorado Avalanche 3-1. Big win there for Boston to get themselves back into a playoff spot, as Boston has won 5 of 7 and improved to 25-20-5, while the Avalanche have lost 3 straight, 5 of 7 and fall to 28-20-2. A bad loss there from Colorado. For the Bruins, Pastrnak had 3-point night, goal, 2 assists, Geeky scored twice, and Swayman stopped 27-28 shots he faced in the win for the Bruins, while Lehkonen was a 1-goal scorer for the Avalanche in the loss. So a bad loss there from Colorado, faltering at the hands of the Boston Bruins. Then we saw Seattle Kraken score the last 3 goals of the game and beat Pittsburgh 4-1. Second win in the last couple of weeks. Seattle's gone over Pittsburgh, as they have won 4 of 6 and improved to 22-25-3, while the Penguins have lost 3 of 4, 6 of 8, and fall to 20-23-8. A bad loss there from Pittsburgh. For the Kraken, Stevenson and McCann both had 2 assists. Dunn, Bjorkstrand, Beniers, and Tolvanen were full goal scorers, and the court stopped 28-29 shots he faced in the win for the Kraken, while Crosby was 1 goal scorer for the Penguins in the loss. So a bad loss there from Pittsburgh as they faltered at the hands of the Seattle Kraken. Then we see the Edmonton Oilers overcome multiple deficits and stormed back to beat the Buffalo Sabres 3-2, as they have won 6 of 8 and improved to 31-15-3, and for a time being were first in the Pacific Division, while the Buffalo Sabres have lost 4 of 5 and fall to 18-26 and 5. I think it's safe to say the Sabres are not making the playoffs again this year. For the Oilers, Nugent Hopkins scored twice, and Skinner also scored for Oilers in the win, while Kulich and Tucker were 2 goal scorers for Sabres in the loss. So a really entertaining game, back and forth game, but the Oilers did come away with the victory. Then we saw the Detroit Red Wings open the scoring and shut out the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-0, as they have a 3-game point streak and improved to 23-21 and 5. Big win there for Detroit in the playoff race, while Tampa has now lost 3 of 4 and fallen 26-19 and 3. A bad stretch here for Tampa. For the Red Wings, Kasper and Rasmussen were 2 goal scorers, and Talbot stopped all 28 shots he faced in the win and a shutout for Detroit, while Vasilevsky stopped 29 of 30 shots he faced in the loss for Tampa. So it was a really good goalie battle, but Detroit comes away on top. In another really good goalie battle, we saw Dallas Stars open the scoring and shut out St. Louis 2-0, as they won 3 of 4, 11 of 15, and improved to 31-17 and 1, while the Blues have lost 3 of 4 and fall 23-23 and 4. A bad loss there from St. Louis, as they fall a little bit in the playoff race. For the Stars, Dodonov had a goal and an assist, Lindell also scored, and the Smith stopped all 33 shots he faced in the shutout win for the Stars. So a really impressive performance there from Dallas as they get the shutout victory. Then we saw Columbus Blue Jackets blow late lead, but recovered and took down the LA Kings in overtime 3-2, as they have won 8 of 11 and improved to 24-19 and 7, while the Kings have lost 3 of 4, 5 of 7, and fallen to 26-14 and 6. A bad loss there from the Los Angeles Kings. For the Jackets, Radetsky, Fabro, Marchenko had the OT winner with 3 goal scorers for Jackets in the win, while Fiala had 2 assists, and Dano and Byfield were 2 goal scorers for the Kings in the OT loss. So a bad loss there from LA as they falter at the hands of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Then in a potential playoff preview, we saw a Battle of Ontario that saw the Ottawa Senators score a late third period goal to break a tie and held on to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1, as the Senators have won 6 of 9 and improved to 25-20 and 4. Very good win there for Ottawa, while the Toronto Maple Leafs have lost 5 of 8 and fall 30-18 and 2. A bad loss there from Toronto. For the Senators, Stützle and Pinto were 2 goal scorers, and Forsberg stopped 28 of 29 shots he faced in the win for Ottawa, while McMahon was 1 goal scorer for Toronto loss. So Toronto loses a little bit of ground for a top spot in the Atlantic Division, but it was a massive win for Ottawa to keep pace for a playoff spot. Then we saw New Jersey Devils blow a 2-goal lead, but recovered and beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-3 in overtime, as they have a point 7 of 9 and improved to 28-17 and 6, while the Montreal Canadiens have a point 9 of 11 but do fall to 24-20 and 5. So a bad loss there for Montreal when it comes to the playoff race. For the Devils, Bratt had a goal and an assist, Hamilton had 2 assists, and Jack Hughes had the OT winner. He and Tatar also scored for the Devils in the win, while Suzuki had 3.0 with a goal and 2 assists. Caulfield had a goal and an assist. Slavkovsky had 2 assists, and Carey, who scored his first career goal as a member of the Montreal Canadiens, was also scoring for the Canadiens in the OT loss. So it was really entertaining back and forth game, but the Devils do come away with a massive 2 points there. Then we saw the Calgary Flames shoot out to a massive 3-goal lead and nearly blew it, but held on as they beat the Minnesota Wild 5-4, as they've won 3 straight 6 of 8 and improved to 24-16 and 7, and at that point had built up a big lead for the second wild card position, while the Minnesota Wild have lost 5 of 6 and fall to 28-17 and 4. A bad loss there for Minnesota. For the Flames, Kuzmenko had 3.8, 2 goals and an assist. Pospisil had a goal and an assist. Cherngovich and Uyghur both had 2 assists. And Bishop would score his first as a member of the Calgary Flames. And Anderson both also scored for Flames in the win. While Rossi had 3 assists. Zuccarello had a goal and an assist. Eriksson, Foligno, and Goudreau also scored for the Wild in the loss. So it was a really intriguing, high-scoring affair. But Calgary comes away with the victory. They saw New York Islanders overcome a 2-goal deficit to storm back and beat Carolina 3-2 in overtime and Mikko Rantanen's debut, as they have won 4 straight 7 of 9 and improved to 21-20 and 7. While the Canes now have a 5-game point streak with their 4-game winning streak end, but do fall to 30-16 and 4. So a bad loss there from Carolina. For the Islanders, Romanov had a goal and an assist, and Leah Nelson, who had the O2 winner, both also scored for the Islanders in the win, while Aho and Roslovic were 2 goal scorers for the Canes in the loss. So a really entertaining game, a game the Canes should have won, but they lose in overtime to the Islanders. Then we saw the Vancouver Canucks open up a 2-goal lead and held on for dear life and beat the Washington Capitals 2-1 as they improved to 21-17-10, having ended the Washington Capitals 6-game win and 12-game point streak. Very fantastic stuff there from Vancouver. For Canucks, he scored twice, including this eventual game winner here, his second of the game, Chris Sportsnet, but a very good win there from Hughes. That was his second goal of the game. He scored both for the Canucks. Ronick had 2 assists, and Lankinen stopped 32 of 33 shots he faced in the win for the Canucks, while Dubois was one goal scorer for the Capitals in the loss. So Caps' winning streak comes to an end as they barely lose to the Canucks. Then we saw Florida Panthers take on the San Jose Sharks, and in that game, it was all Panthers basically all the time. Panthers would beat the San Jose Sharks 7-2, as the Panthers have won 4 of 6 and improved to 29-18-3, gaining on the Leafs for top spots in the Atlantic Division, while the San Jose Sharks have lost 6 straight, 9 of 10, and fall to 14-32-6. Bad loss there for San Jose. For the Panthers, Tkachuk had 3 per night, goal 2 assists. Greer and Ekblad both had goal and assist. Barkov had 2 assists, and Schmidt, Jesper Boqvist, Bennett, and Reinhart also scored for the Panthers in the win, while Ceci and Smith were 2 goal scorers for the Sharks in the loss. So a really intriguing game there, but the dominant Panthers come away with the victory. And then we said Anaheim Ducks blow a few leads, but scored 3 unanswered goals, including this goal here from Jansen Harkins. Ronald Sportsnet at that point it will make it a 3-2 game, and the Ducks would hold on for a 5-2 victory over the Nashville Predators, as they improved to 20-23-6, dropping the Predators, who have their 5-game win streak end, to the 18-23-7, so a bad loss there from Nashville. For the Ducks, McTavish scored twice, Zegras and Harkins both had goal and an assist, Lee Eisson had 2 assists, and Mitnikov also scored for Ducks in the win, while Forsberg had 2 assists, and Nyquist and O'Reilly were 2 goal scorers for the Predators in the loss. So a bad loss there from Nashville, as they have their 5-game win streak end. Those were all the games over on Saturday. Going over to the 5 we saw over on Sunday. First, we saw Colorado Avalanche blow 2 multi-goal leads, but recovered and were able to beat the New York Rangers thanks to a very late goal from Arturi Lehkonen, 5-4, as they have ended their 3-game losing streak and improved to 29-20-2, while the Rangers' 10-game point streak has ended and they fall 24-21-4. So a bad loss there from the Rangers, as they have their magical run to get back into the playoff race end. So a bad loss there from the New York Rangers. For the Avalanche, Makar had 3 point night, 2 goals and an assist. McKinnon and HS in his second game as an Avalanche both had 2 assists, and Lehkonen, Parson, and Drury, his first as a member of the Colorado Avalanche, also scored for the Avalanche in the win, while Trocheck and Panarin both had goal and an assist. Smith had 2 assists, and Borgen and Carrick both also scored for Rangers in the loss. So a bad loss there from New York, as it was almost going to overtime, but they lose in regulation. Then we saw Ottawa Senators break a tie in the third period and held on to beat the Utah Hockey Club 3-1. Thanks to this goal here from Claude Giroux. Giroux break the tie in the third period, and all Sportsnet, but Giroux was able to break the tie, and the Senators hold on for a 3-1 victory, as they have won 7 of 10 and improved to 26-20-4, while Utah's lost 8 of 11 and fall to 21-21-7. Bad loss there from Utah in the race for a playoff spot. For the Senators, Giroux had goal and an assist, Stützle 2 assists, Tkachuk and Greg both also scored, and Merilainen stopped 34 of 35 shots he faced in the win for the Senators, while Keller was the lone goal scorer for Utah in the loss. And with the win, Ottawa is now the 3rd team in the Atlantic Division. A very good feat there for Ottawa, leapfrogging both Boston and Tampa. Then we saw Winnipeg Jets open up a 2-goal lead, never looked back, beating the Calgary Flames 5-2, as they have won 3 straight, 6 of 8, and improved to 34-14-3, while Flames had a 3-game win streak end and full to 24-17-7, a bad loss there from Calgary. For the Jets, Velarde had 4 point night, 2 goals, 2 assists. Connor had 3 point night, goal, 2 assists. Sheffield had a goal and an assist, and Appleton also scored for the Jets in the win, while Uyghur and Kadri were 2 goal scorers for Flames in the loss. So a bad loss there from Calgary, as they lose some ground in the playoff race. Then we saw Minnesota Wild jump out to a 3-goal lead and doubled up Chicago 4-2, as they improved in 29-17-4. Massive win there for the Wild to keep pace for a playoff spot, while the Blackhawks have lost 7 of 8 and fall 15-29-5. A bad loss there from Chicago. For the Wild, Boldy had 3 assists, Foligno had a goal and an assist, and Spurgeon, Goudreau, and Eric Seneca also scored for a while in the win, while Nazar and Jones were 2 goal scorers for the Hawks in the loss. So a bad loss there from Chicago, losing yet again, this time to hands of a Central Division rival. And the last game we saw over on Sunday was a rematch of the 2023 Stanley Cup between the Golden Knights and the Panthers. The Knights would score the first and last 2 goals of the game and took down the Panthers 4-1, as they have a point in 3 of 4 and improved to 31-15-4, and for a time being we're back to top spot in the Pacific Division, while the Panthers fell 29-19-3, a bad loss there from Florida. For the Knights, Roy had 3 assists, McNabb had a goal and an assist, Kolesar had 2 assists, and Eichel, Hurdle, and Pearson also scored for the Knights in the win, while Lundell was the lone goal scorer for the Panthers in the loss. So a bad loss there from Florida, as they fall at the hands of the Golden Knights. So those are all the games we saw from our past couple of days. Lots of intriguing games that happened over the past little while. We'll go over to what the standings look like as of Sunday night. So as it says right now, there are 5 teams who have hit 60-plus points, including the Capitals, who have hit 70-plus points at 71 points. Carolina has 64, Jersey and Toronto has 62, and Florida has 61. All of them are above 60. The Senators are currently 3rd in the Atlantic Division at 56 points. The Bruins are 1st at the wildcard spot with 56 points as well, and the Bolts are 2nd wildcard with 55 points. Currently on the outside looking in, the Jackets are also at 55 points. The Blue Jackets are tied with the Tampa Bay Lightning, but do have less games played, so they're currently on the outside looking in. The Montreal Canadiens are at 53 points, 2 points out of the playoff spot. The New York Rangers are at 52 points, 3 points out of the playoff spot. The Detroit Red Wings are at 51 points, 4 points out of the playoff spot. The Philadelphia Flyers are at 50 points, only 5 points out of the playoff spot, and the New York Islanders are at 49 points, only 6 points out of a playoff spot. So definitely, it's still a really tight and intriguing matchup. Pittsburgh and Buffalo sort of starting to fall out of it right now, but still really interesting to see how well all these teams are playing right now. When you go over to the Western side, the Jets are the only team who's hit the 70-point plateau, having 71. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Wild, Dallas Stars, Colorado Avalanche, Vegas Golden Knights, and Edmonton Oilers have all hit 60-plus points. The LA Kings, who are third in the Pacific, are at 58 points. The only team out of those top 7 who have not hit 60 points yet. Then you had Calgary with 55 points. They were second wildcard team in the Western Conference. They were followed by 52 point Vancouver, who are 3 points out of a playoff spot. 50 point St. Louis, who are 5 points out of a playoff spot. 49 point Utah, who are 6 out of a playoff spot. 47 point Seattle, who is 8 out of a playoff spots. And 46 point Anaheim, who are 9 out of a playoff spot. So definitely, it's not as tight in the Western Conference thanks to a couple of really good wins from the Calgary Flames. But still, it's a really intriguing matchup so far, and a really intriguing race in the Western Conference. So definitely, I'll take your thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. Were any of the standings surprising to you? Plus, were any of the games surprising? Was Florida putting up 7 on San Jose a surprise? Was Boston beating Colorado a surprise? Was Dallas beating Vegas a surprise? Was Ottawa beating Toronto a surprise? Was Colorado beating the Rangers a surprise? Was Minnesota being Chicago a surprise? Was Detroit being Tampa a surprise? Definitely your thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. That's all I'm talking about for today or until the latest video. If you're interested, subscribe below. Thank you all your support. We're now to help you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below. So also in today's video. I also do a blog about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So I'm gonna check that out. It will link down in the description below. And can I see you guys all for the next video. See you guys soon.